According to Kamala, our border is secure.
We have a secure border. The border is secure.
However, according to anyone with an IQ over room temperature, the border is a crisis and a disaster just waiting to happen. Well, there was a small disaster recently when a truck was stopped at the southern border in Otay Mesa port of entry in San Diego, California. The Mexican citizen was asked by Border Patrol, "Hey, what's in your truck?" He stated it was automotive body parts. So the Border Patrol says, "Okay, cool, no problem. Hey, you mind if we take a quick look in this truck with this giant x-ray machine?" Now, I know this might be shocking, but this guy, he wasn't telling the truth. Turns out it was a few bags and boxes of illegal drugs. Well, a few bags, not entirely accurate. It was 9 tons of drugs. Yup, 18,000 pounds of meth and fentanyl. You may have heard there are parts of this country that are just being destroyed by drug addiction. So another 9 tons of drugs coming across the border, that probably won't hurt anything. After they took an extensive inventory, the man, Carlos Martin Quintana Arias, who is a Mexican citizen, was busted with a record-breaking 17,684 pounds of meth and 389 pounds of fentanyl. That's the largest drug bust in recorded history, which I can only interpret as they're definitely ramping up the operation because it seems to get larger every time. Now, meth is bad. Do we even need to say this? Meth is bad and it's extremely addictive. But fentanyl is the more deadly stuff. According to the CDC and the FDA, as little as 2 milligrams can be fatal. Now, I know that St. George Floyd had much more than that in his system, but he was killed by cops because CNN told me so just ignore that. For those Americans that are not familiar with metric conversions, each pound of fentanyl contains 453,592.37 milligrams. So each pound of fentanyl can kill 226,796 people. That's more than 250,000 people. That truck had 389 pounds of fentanyl. So in theory, that one truck had enough drugs to fatally overdose more than 88 million people. And that doesn't even consider the whisper of 17,000 pounds of meth. Do you think we have a problem yet? Why are the Democrats completely ignoring the border? At some point, we have to recognize they are either too stupid to be in charge, or they're too evil and complicit and want the border to be open. I can't speculate why they want it open, but I know what the consequences are. Drugs, illegal aliens, violent criminals who are escaping crimes in their home country and finding refuge here to commit more crimes? Well, that's what the statistics show far too often. So what happened to the driver? Quintana Arias faced a maximum penalty of 40 years in prison and a $5 million fine under Title 21 USC Sections 952 and 960 of importation of a controlled substance. Well, in reality, he was sentenced to 108 months of federal prison. That's 9 years. You could make the case that he tried to kill 88 million people, but he gets a prison term that's slightly longer than the average car loan. You know, it's in California. I'm willing to bet he gets out early for some bullshit reason. California! Some big elections are coming in the next few weeks. I can't tell you how to vote, but you may want to consider the candidate who wants to protect the country and keep the border safe and secure. I think we're getting to the point where the backlash is going to be shocking. A free and lawless border for decades was a disaster. And when the pendulum swings the other way, and it always does, I wouldn't be surprised if everyone overreacts and the southern border is shut down entirely, completely, for months or even years until we get this sorted out. I know most people will have a gut reaction saying it's impossible. We have so much trade with Mexico. It would be devastating. But funny things happen when people reach a breaking point. It might be entirely possible for the next president to just say, enough, and tell them to go pound sand for a few months while we figure this out. Mexico would most likely get in shape right about immediately and fix the border problem. This is not an impossible problem. We just need a strong and competent leader. We do not have that now. Just do the like and subscribe thing. I really appreciate it, and I need help to get past the YouTube algorithms. So I'll keep working, and I got another story for you coming up soon, so I'll see you.